It's time for story time. Let's sing our song together. Oh, I want to read with somebody. I want to read a book with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Okay, before we read our story, let's make sure that we're controlling our bodies. You should be sitting on your bottom, hands and feet to myself, and everyone turn on your listening ears. Good job. All right, now we all know this is the front cover. There's lots of important information on the front cover, like the name of the story. What is the name of the story? It's the title. Let's sing our song. The title is the name. The title is the name. Every book has a name. The title is the name. What else is written on the front cover? Who writes the words? It's the author. Author writes the words. And who draws the pictures? The illustrator. Illustrator draws the pictures. Inside the book there are pages, and on the pages there are pictures and there are words. I can tell that these are words because they are made of letters. Okay, friends, the title of this story is Fossils Tell Stories. Ooh, fossils is a new vocabulary word. Can you say fossil? Let's clap it. Ready? Fossil. Count it. Fossil. 1, 2. Fossil has 2 syllables. Fossil is something left behind when after an animal has died, they could leave their body behind in a fossil. So a lot of times we can find fossils of dinosaurs. Remember, there are no more dinosaurs anymore, but maybe we can see dinosaur fossils. And in this book, we're going to learn about fossils. The author of this book is Yuri Kim, and the illustrator is Hee-Ju Lin. Okay, let's get started. Brush, brush. Scrape, scrape. Dig, dig. Friends, do you remember when we read Bones, Bones, Dinosaur Bones? In that story, the archaeologists were finding bones in the ground and they had to dig them up and then brush them off and clean them. That is what we are doing in this story too. Brush, brush, scrape, scrape, dig, dig. It is a dinosaur skeleton. Look, dinosaur bones. These are the fossils of a dinosaur called Allosaurus. From head to tail, it is as long as the height of a 4-story building. Fossils are the remains of animals and plants buried and hardened underground long ago. Traces of animals and plants are also called fossils. Did all dinosaurs turn into fossils when they died? No, just because they died doesn't mean they became fossils. Other animals could eat them. The bones left over could decay and disappear without a trace. That reminds me of when we read A Log's Life. In that story, the tree fell down and turned into a log, and then the log decayed and turned into dirt. So sometimes dinosaur bones could also decay and turn into dirt. Then, how did dinosaurs become fossils? There may have been a landslide. Something happened and dinosaurs got buried under the earth. Their flesh decayed and only bones were left. No, these are not fossils. Oh, my dog buries bones in the earth. Are they also fossils? No, these are not fossils. To turn into a fossil, a bone has to be buried for a long time so that it becomes hard like a rock. What about clay pots made by early people? Those aren't fossils either. Things made by early people are called artifacts. Artifacts are things left behind by people who lived long ago. Are these animal fossils or plant fossils? If they look like the animals of today, then they are animal fossils. If they look like the plants of today, then they are plant fossils. This is a fish fossil. It looks just like a fish, doesn't it? This is a crab fossil. This is a sea urchin fossil. Those are all animals. Over here are some plant fossils. I wonder what plants they look like. This is a tree leaf fossil. Ooh, those look like the leaves of the trees that we find outside sometimes at recess. This is a sphenopsid fossil, another kind of plant. And this is an equisetum fossil. Fossils of dinosaur footprints right here. Look at those dinosaur footprints. The remains of an animal footprints or their crawl marks are called fossils. That is a dinosaur skin fossil. So we can tell from fossils what dinosaur feet looked like and what their skin looked like. Remains left by living creatures are also fossils. Here is dinosaur egg fossils and some reptile dung fossils. By looking at fossils, we can work out what kind of creatures lived long ago. Anemonite, a sea animal with a wrinkled, coiled shell. This is a kind of animal that used to be alive, and we know about them because we found their fossils. This is called a cephalaxis, a fish with a head shaped like a shield. And this animal is called a mammoth, a land animal like an elephant, but twice as big and covered in long hair. There are no more mammoths, but we know about them because we have found their fossils. Fossils tell us how animals lived a long time ago. It must have been a ferocious hunter, this Allosaurus. A long, strong tail gave it balance to knock down prey. It must have walked on two legs. Strong, sharp toes were for grabbing prey and tearing meat. This one must have lived on water and on land. Fins had leg bones for swimming and walking. It must have been a carnivore. Large, sharp teeth were for chewing meat. And this animal, it must have had a very hard armor. When an enemy came, it protected itself by curling up. Ooh, friends, this also makes me think of Bones, Dinosaur Bones. The people are working to put the dinosaur bones together and make the dinosaur skeleton. Maybe they are in a museum. Fossils tell us stories about ancient lives. Friends, can you say ancient? That's another vocabulary word. Let's clap it. Ready? Ancient. Count it. Ancient. Ancient means something very, very old. The dinosaurs lived a long time ago, so their bones that we find today are very, very old. They are ancient. Fossils tell us stories about ancient lives. We can figure out many things by looking at these fossils. Roar! Oh, everyone show me your best dinosaur growl. Ready? Roar! This dinosaur lived a long time ago, and his bones turned into fossils, and these archaeologists found his bones and made a skeleton so that we could learn more about him at the museum. How are fossils made? 1. Fish and clams live under the sea. We know about the word under, don't we? Can everyone show me under? Ready? Under. Or below. How about over? Over or above? Under. Over. What about next to? Next to? Good job, friends. Fish and clams live under the sea. Number 2, when fish die, they sink down. 3, the dead fish are buried under layers of mud. 4, their flesh decays, but the hard parts of their bodies remain. 5, over a long time, the remains become as hard as rock. And step 6, more time passes, the earth cracks, and fossils are revealed. The end. If you like my book, clap once. If you like my book, clap twice. 3, 2, 1. That book was fun.